Hello, I'm CitizenRyan and welcome to The Verse. So you've decided to jump into the immersive world of Star Citizen, and you're facing the choice of which starter pack should you choose. The two most commonly debated options are the cheapest ones at $45, the RSI Aurora and the Consolidated Outlander's Mustang Alpha. If you want a quick answer, it's the Mustang Alpha, with great visuals, a great view of the world, superior speed and handling and atmosphere, larger hardpoints for more firepower, larger cargo capacity, and an accessible cargo bay where you can carry things, people, and where you can stand to get access to the internal ship storage. It's the winner between these two starter ships. The biggest drawbacks to the Mustang are that since there's no internal space to walk around in, if you accidentally hit Y to get out of your seat, you'll end up jumping out of it completely, either into space or an atmosphere and fall to the ground. There are no missiles, so you can't lock on and shoot a preemptive missile at your target, but typically Star Citizen space battles are fought with guns, so it's not really a huge drawback. And number 3 is there's no bed, which means you can't log out right where you are and start the next day. However, in Stanton, you're never more than a few minutes away from a station where you can fly, land, and log out. Now, it's important before you go any further to take a step back and realize that this decision isn't actually as critical as it seems. I've been where you are and I know I want to buy the exact right ship at the beginning and don't want to waste my money, but you can actually buy each of these ships in-game. The Aurora for $150K and the Mustang for $250K at Lorville on Hurston. And that's just a few hours of gameplay to earn that money. If this video helps you make your decision, hit the like button so that the YouTube algorithm will share it and others can see it as well. While you're down there, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified when I make more videos or I go live. If you're thinking about joining Star Citizen, make sure you use a referral code to get an extra 5,000 AUEC in-game and help the person who showed you the game. If you don't have anyone and you still want that 5,000 and you don't mind helping me out, go ahead and use mine, which is in the description down below. Okay, so the Mustang is the one I would go with if I had to choose right now. But the truth is, both of these ships are going to give you a great experience and you can't go wrong with either one. So let's take a look at how each of these ships differ in a couple different categories: visuals, interior, flight and combat performance, mission functionality, and miscellaneous differences that make each ship unique and fun in their own way. The Aurora can be described as a flying brick. That's because it's designed to be a spaceship first and atmospheric ship second. RSI designed this to be affordable and straightforward, so its beauty comes not necessarily in its intricacy, but in its practicality. And that's true from its shape all the way down to its landing gear. You won't find a lot of frills, but you will find something that specializes in ferrying people and things from moons to planets to stations. On the Mustang Alpha, you'll find a completely different design, one that communicates speed and agility. Not to mention how cool it is to walk up to your Mustang and see the giant turret protruding off the front. As the Mustang ascends and the wings unfold, it's clear that this machine was purpose-built to fly through the atmosphere. It's even equipped with wheels instead of just a plain landing gear, although this doesn't currently have any function in the game. The Mustang really is a sleek and beautiful ship. It's definitely the go-to ship if you like that futuristic high-tech look. Like its exterior, the Aurora has an interior that speaks to function. You can enter and exit via one of 2 doors that give you access to either side of the ship. Inside, you won't find any fancy sitting areas or a pop-out kitchen, but you will find the necessities. You'll find the bed at the back, where you can lay down and log out for the night, or do a quick server hop. It even has a little window in there, so you don't get too claustrophobic. Up front, you'll find the pilot seat, which your character squeezes by to get in and sit down in his chair. It's a touch I find hilarious and really love about the Aurora for some reason. I hope they don't change that in a rework. The Mustang interior is an easy one to cover because it doesn't actually have an interior. Just this open spot behind the pilot that some players used to wrangle boxes into. Thankfully, CIG has now granted players access to drop the cargo bay at the back, which opens up a lot of possibilities. Although you wouldn't want to spend much time back there, it does allow for people and things, and most importantly, a way to access the ship's inventory when crouching in it. Just make sure you don't accidentally leave your helmet back there when you go to land on a moon or a pad that doesn't have atmosphere, because there's no getting to that inventory from your pilot seat. The view out of the Aurora's cockpit is pretty obstructed with the classic RSI struts. Though it does give you a sense that you're really sitting there and piloting a real spaceship, it's hit or miss whether or not you're going to prefer this. There are, however, 6 MFDs that are right in front of you and easily customizable. This way you have great control over the information you get to see at a glance. The Mustang hands down provides one of the cleanest and most minimal cockpit views in Star Citizen. The console in the middle provides easy access to the information you want while still allowing you to see all around you, even down, which is great news for those of you who like to land without going into third person. If you're getting Star Citizen mainly to look at the sights, then this is going to be the ship for you. An important note on the flight model in Star Citizen is that it's not finished yet. In fact, it's about to undergo a serious overhaul to slow speeds down and hopefully make ship combat more up close and personal. Even though these changes are coming, I expect CIG to keep the spirit of the balance between these two ships similar to the current experience. With that said, I'll cover the behavior of these ships without mentioning specific metrics and numbers. Star Citizen has 2 main flight scenarios, spaceflight and atmospheric flight. With the way Star Citizen is developing, atmospheric flight is becoming just as important as spaceflight, with some of the latest additions being atmospheric bounties and NPCs roaming planet and moon surfaces. In space, the Aurora is the faster of the two when it comes to straight line performance and speed. At the CIG intended Space Combat Maneuvering Speed, or SCM, meaning this area here under the red line, the Aurora is about on par with its winged competitor. Where the Mustang really begins to shine though is in rolling. It's around twice as fast, allowing the pilot to more easily track its targets. When it comes to atmospheric flight, the Mustang firmly takes the lead. It shows superior straight line speed and overall great maneuverability. The Aurora, on the other hand, struggles to make even basic turns. Stock, the Aurora comes with 4 size 1 hardpoints. These are covered by insurance should you lose your ship. The Mustang comes with 2 size 2 weapons on the nose turret and 2 empty size 1 hardpoints that you can purchase weapons for on the wings. When all this comes together in combat, it depends on the pilot and how effective they are at 1, making use of their ship's advantages, and 2, exploiting the enemy's disadvantages. The Aurora in space will have the benefit of top speed and can dictate when and where the engagement will or won't occur. Its missiles will also provide an additional first strike capability. In the atmosphere, the Mustang will run circles around the Aurora, so its pilot should try to bring the fight to the ground. In sustained combat, the Aurora, with its additional armor, can stand up to oncoming damage and use that additional time to really punish a weaker enemy, while the Mustang will need to roll in order to avoid giving the enemy a good targeting solution. The Mustang's wings provide greater agility, but if lost, creates imbalanced atmospheric flight and a loss of the weapon that it once held. You can see how Star Citizen keeps outcomes more in the hands of the pilots and less in the hands of a DPS calculator. Both of these ships provide ample functionality to experience every mission and game loop currently in the game, excluding rock and prospector mining. Though you may want to avoid trading in these ships, because with only 3 or 4 units of cargo, you're not going to be making very much. If you're just starting, I would recommend a delivery mission to get used to the ship and experience the amazing locations of Star Citizen. Delivery missions are transport-related contracts to move items, typically cargo boxes, between locations. Aurora owners can place the boxes in the interior behind the pilot seat or even on the bed, while Mustang owners can place the items in the cargo bay. Side note, a tractor beam can make this a lot easier if you're in a non-Armistice Zone location, so be sure to check the loot boxes at the outposts to more than likely get one for free. The Aurora's small size allows for some unique opportunities. It's small enough to fit inside larger ships like the Carrack Explorer or the Crusader Hercules. These can be turned into mini carriers, which is a lot of fun to run bounties in, and launch the Auroras from the cargo bay. The Mustang's cargo bay opens up a whole realm of possibilities, from it becoming a makeshift dropship, to a prison cell, to a place to store dead bodies for easy looting. If you're watching this and you have some creative ideas of how to use that cargo bay, please feel free to throw them in the comments. I read every comment and can't wait to see your ideas. I have a great community over on Discord, including these awesome citizens who helped me film this. If you want to be a part of that, go ahead and follow the link in the description, hop on the Discord and say hello. Until then, I hope you have enjoyed this video comparing the Aurora and the Mustang and you have a clear idea of what you were looking for in Star Citizen. Remember to subscribe to see future videos, hit the bell icon, and I will see you out there in the verse.